welcome to the Smokey Miles Music Hour. I'm your host, Smokey Miles, and I'm real happy to be here tonight, especially because we've got a real great show for you tonight. In fact, if you've never seen the show before, what we're doing is something brand new and something spectacular in the West LA area. We're bringing to you, right in your homes, real live music from real live musicians, and the show is live. You know, you hear a lot of things in the world, terrible things, terrorists and cost of living and all this thing, but music cuts through all that, and it's always been the universal language, and there have always been musicians and poets and singers and people like that who express themselves, and by expressing themselves express feelings that you might have as well, and that we all have, we all share. Well, that's what we're bringing to you tonight and every Monday night. So we hope you tune in and enjoy what we're doing, because it is different. It's not something you're going to see on network TV or cable, big cable networks. We've got acoustic music, a lot of folk, blues, country, classical, jazz, you name it. And if there's anything that you'd like to see or hear, why don't you write to us over here and let us know, and we'll see what we can do for you and find those people, and I'm sure they'd love to play for you. So without getting too philosophical, I want to just tell you I've got a great show tonight, and my special guests are a group called Flying Colors and a wonderful singer-songwriter named Jaggen Kurrasch. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. A few years ago, I was living up in New York City, and one morning around 5 o'clock, some friends called me and said, hey, why don't you come out with us and have some breakfast? We just got back from California. I said, wow, California, that's fantastic. I wish I went with you. They said, well, we'll go back. You go. And, well, I came back. Anyway, we went out for breakfast up on 72nd Street and Broadway in New York City, and got there about 6 in the morning. There was a blind street singer singing, and made a big impression on me, so I wrote this song. I'd like to sing it for you. I used to spend my time kicking stones down alleys where the sun never shine, or dreaming of a rainbow that never did appear, and left me stranded here, so far and yet so near, drowning in the tears of isolation. The days passed me by like a string of photographs I never could connect. No sense could I detect, all cause did I suspect but desolation. Then I met a blind street singer singing out his song. He showed me how to make right out of wrong. He sang, listen to your heart, it'll tell your stories, sing your songs, write your poems. And if that's not enough, listen to your heart, it'll teach you how to love. It was a cold winter's day on the streets of New York City. People hurried quickly by, looking fine and pretty, each one going their own way. Like any other day, just stay out of my way, keep your distance. looking lonely and forlorn. If you stop to think about it, like stone walls walking tall, there was no doubt about it, and that too was the same. And there was no one to blame, for it's a hard and a heavy game to put up resistance. I made a blind street singer singing out his song. He showed me how to make right out of wrong. He sang, listen to your heart. It'll tell your stories, sing your songs, write your poems. And if that's not enough, listen to your heart. It'll teach you how to love. Relationships before, they've been so confusing. Words got crossed, love got lost. A common ground was lacking, and though we stood up tall, it seemed written on the wall. One of us had to fall and the other stumble. But you can't give up hope, for where there's life there's changing. And if you feel love is real, your dreams will be far-ranging, and we'll learn what to do to make them all come true. Or it's up to me and you to make the old ways crumble. I met a blind street singer singing out his song. He showed me how to make right out of wrong. He sang, listen to your heart. It'll tell your stories, sing your songs, write your poems. And if that's not enough, listen to your heart. It'll teach you how to love. Listen to your heart. It'll teach you how to love. Thank you. Thank you. Guess what? I'd like to, we're going to take a little break and then come back with our first group of the night, Flying Colors. So stick around because it's a great show coming up. Thanks. Back to the show, and like to welcome my first guest for the evening. International singing group singing their original song, Someday, Flying Colors.
Someday you'll find it. Someday you'll find it. A reckless heart on a runaway train, out of control in your fantasy world again. Somebody try to sell you truth in a bottle.
That was great. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
Too bad.
Great, great. You sounded great.
Yeah, thanks.
Now listen, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how you came together. I said international because Brad's from the United States and Jim is from Australia.
Cronulla in Sydney, Australia.
Actually, I met him when he was fresh off the boat. You know, I guess he'd been here about a week, and I went to this club for some music seminar, you know, like you have. And see this guy in this white shirt walking up to me with his resume with a big smile on his face, and I was going, oh, it's unusual.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Bright-eyed and bushy. Now,
Ready to work.
when you came from Australia, I understand before you came here, you were working with somebody that a lot of people out there know.
Yeah. I used to play in a rock and roll band, and we'd regularly appear on Paul Hogan's show. As you remember, he's the star of Crocodile Dundee.
That's right. How was that?
Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, he was, pretty famous then, and he was working on this movie, and I think it took him about 8 years to get it going. And he was always talking about it, at the end of when we'd go out for a beer after the show, he'd say, "Oh, I've got this idea about this crocodile hunter."
And there it is. Yeah, he's a funny cat.
Yeah.
He is. And Brad, you were working in as a wine manager, right?
Yeah, I was working up in Napa Valley. I was, I've always been into music. Like when I was 6 years old, for show and tell, right? Most kids bring their toys to school. I went to school and sang Blue Suede Shoes and got sent to the principal's office. So I've always had music in my blood. So anyway, I was managing a vineyard of all things. I had my band working for me out in the field, hoeing weeds and stuff, which none of them liked. And we ended up opening a show for Jerry Corbett of the Youngbloods. And we did our set, they did a set, and I saw all my stuff going back up on stage, and the road manager walked over and handed me my guitar and said, "Well, you're going to play with him this set." And I said, "But I don't know any of the tunes." So he said, "I'll just stand next to the keyboard player." So I went up there, played with him, had a great time, and right after the show, my band quit. So I guess it was the next day, this friend of mine said, "What are you going to be doing now?" So I'm going to be playing with Corbett, and I actually wasn't. But then that night he called me up, and I ended up going on a major tour with him, and then here I am. So.
And that's how it goes, from major tours to the Smokey Miles Music Hour. We'll be back with Brad Bailey and Jim Manzie after this, and we have some more guests for you. Jaggen Kurrasch is coming on. We'll be back, and we'll jam. Welcome back to the Music Hour. I'd like to welcome you all back again. It's good that you're still there. I'd like to welcome right now one of the most interesting singer-songwriters performing regularly in the LA area. Let's have a warm welcome for Jaggen Kurrasch.
Thorn in my side that's passed clear through my skin. It's lost itself deep inside, now it scars me within. I catch it playing with my chemistry, and sometimes it blinds me and I can't see, and there's nothing for me to do except wait impatiently. Sometimes it takes me to a place in my mind called "Baby, I will never be enough for you." And in this self-destructive space I wonder, baby, am I good enough for you? Fears, and God knows I'd rather be anywhere but here, anywhere but here, anywhere but here, anywhere but here. Sometimes I lie awake counting the stars in the sky, wondering where the snows now of the years gone by. Suddenly everything is spinning fast, and just like a river that cuts a path in thought, seeking out wrath. Sometimes it puts me in a fog in my mind, whispering, baby, that I can never have you. Then it lifts and I see clear again, my heart full of determination. 'Cause baby, nothing less will ever do. But I'd rather be in hell and face 1,000 years, and God knows I'd rather be anywhere but here, anywhere but here, anywhere but here, anywhere but here. Sometimes it takes me to a place in my mind called baby, I will never be enough for you. And in these cold and murky depths I wonder, baby, am I good enough for you? Well, I'd rather be in hell and face my darkest fears, and God knows I'd rather be, God knows I'd rather be, only God knows I'd rather be anywhere but here, 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 anywhere but here.
Jaggen, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great.
Great. It sounded great. Listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about the new acoustic music scene in LA. And I mean, do you feel you fit into that scene, and how does that work?
Well, I don't think traditionally I fit into the scene. I was looking for places to play, and I usually had to rely on other musicians. And I found that I could use the acoustic scene as a vehicle in order to get my music heard. So,
Why acoustic music?
I think people are starting to judge music more for themselves to see if the basis of the song is good to begin with. You know, once they strip away all the different instruments, is the song a good song or not?
Well, you write great songs, so I'm judging on that. I understand you're going to be playing pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll be opening for John Trudell at the Breakaway on August 5th at 9 o'clock. It's going to be a real exciting show.
Great.
So, and I'll have Rick Ellis accompanying me and a few other friends playing with me too. So it's going to be real fun.
Where are some of the other places you've been playing in town?
Oh, there's 8121, which is up on the Strip, and Molly Malone's, and lots of acoustic clubs opening up now.
Great. Well, maybe you'll sing for us a little later?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay, super. So we'll have Jaggen back and Flying Colors, and we're going to jam, so don't go away. We'll be right back. I want to thank you all for watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. I want to thank very much my guests, Jaggen Kurrasch and Flying Colors with Brad Bailey and Jim Manzie. And they're going to be back next week, so stay tuned. Next week, Monday night, 8:30, and tune into the Music Hour, Be Natural. We are going to jam now, so jam along with us. This is a song called I Got My Mojo Working. It goes like this.